Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name's James and today I'll be doing another redo of one of my reviews really. This is actually the first reviews which I actually did, which was of the SECR Birdcage stock, as you can see here. But first let's get all the boring stuff out of the way. The product code for this particular one is, just make sure it's in shot. It is 374-912, a set of SECR 60-foot birdcage coaches in BR Crimson. You can get these in two other colours, which is Southern Green and also SECR Brown, which I don't have. Inside each of the little inside of the boxes for each of the coaches, you do get a small detail pack. It mostly has what looks like just some fake couplings just to stick on the end. I don't intend to attach them, so they can live there. But yes, you get a set of 3 coaches. This is the, if I remember right, this is the third lavatory brake. This is the composite, composite lavatory, and also the composite brake, second actually. So not composite brake. Third brake lavatory, and this one is composite lavatory. There we go. Had to remember all this lot. But yes, these are birdcage coaches, as you can see from the very distinctive birdcage lookout, which is for the guard, and they are extremely well detailed, as you can see. They were a bit pricey. The original price which I paid for them was probably about $149. It's now dropped down to a much more reasonable 130, about 130 if I'm right, about 127 is the best price I've seen. But yes, these are very nice coaches. They do have one main drawback, which I'll go about in a bit, but let's have a quick look at them in detail. I will be putting them on my turntable and you can have a much closer look, but we'll have a quick look here. As you can see, the paneling, the moulded detail is very nicely here. It does have some, I think these are brake wires, something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, the lavatory has the usual frosted glass. The vents on the top are all very nicely done, and the glazing on the birdcage compartment is also very nicely done as well. And also the guard's windows does have the usual security wire effect on it as well. And each of the coaches are done to the same standard. And even have a little, that's probably no smoking sign. Is he? No, it's not a no smoking sign. It's the first class sign. Sorry. And same as on this one. It's very nicely done. Let's quick look at the weight. If I turn that on, but it is 25.6, and I'm going to assume it's probably about the same for all of them. 25.4, slightly lighter. I'm guessing it's probably due to the birdcage on top. Yeah. So roughly, let's say 25.5 gram on average for all 3 of them. So that's pretty much the same as a Mark 1 coach. But yes, the main drawback of these, which can be remedied very easily, is that they don't like going around anything tighter than a second radius curve. You may be able to get slightly less than that, but without modifications, these can't go around anything less than that. The way to modify this, which is what was recommended in my original video, was to put basically a shim or something like that, just to lift the bogies slightly further away from the coach body. It's basically just so that the wheels don't catch on the frame underneath. what I've done is slightly different from that. Is I used some very small washers, very thin ones, and just stuck it in between bogey around the screw on the bottom. So it's quite nicely done. That does lead to another drawback, which is that the coupling is slightly too high. So you just need to, unfortunately, bend it down very slightly. It's not the best thing to do, but since it's a slight drawback of the original design, if you've got curves which are wider than second radius, don't need to do anything. But if you intend to run this less than second radius ever so slightly, you will have problems, and it doesn't solve going round first radius curves. It will never ever do that because it still catches. But yes, these also do have NEM pockets as well, so always nice. But yes, just remember to have a quick look at the extra detail here. On the end you do have the set number as well, and also you do have handrails and also the brake pipe as well, so always nice to have a look at that. And also on the other end you also have the very nice handrails there. So yes, I'm going to have a quick go at showing you this on my turntable, one coat each, then all three together, and then we'll get this onto my layout, so I'll see you in a sec. SECR was not unique in employing coaches with guarded surfaces, also known as birdcages. They were, however, probably the most well-known stock employing them. The earlier, shorter birdcages for 50-foot and 54-foot sets had been well received, so the decision was made to build 60-foot coaches to increase capacity. They were designed by Harry Wainwright, the locomotive carriage and wagon superintendent of the SECR. At the time, in 1912, these were the longest coaches running in the south of England. Renowned for their excellent riding qualities, they soon became popular with commuters. 62 three-car sets were built, but after the first 30, a design change was made to the centre carriage saloon to replace one of the large windows with a smaller fixed window and one drop light to improve ventilation in the smoking saloon. After nationalisation, a handful of sets were converted to push-pull operation and lost their bird cages in the process. The C bird cages lasted until the late 1950s in BR service, before withdrawal from passenger service. Preserved examples of SECR birdcage stock can be found on the Blueborough Railway, with at least one in operational use upon the railway. Right, here we are with the birdcage coaches on my layout. Now, as you can see, I've got them all nicely set up and ready to test. So just to show you how free rolling they are. Seem very free rolling. So you do need to be a little bit careful doing that, because if you push a bit too hard, they do fly off. But just to show you an example of some Mark 1s, same manufacturer, these Graham Farish. Seems about comparable. Leave you there. Anyway, I've got a test locomotive set up at the SECR C class, just to be appropriate, and this is basically these two products were actually designed to come out all together. So just connect you up, and as you can see, I did have to. This is the reason why I had to lower the coupling just slightly, just so you can connect up to the C class without coupling itself. Anyway, let's get this all started. This is on DCC because I've set up for the DCC already, so speed it up a little bit. And as you can see, it's very tight there, but you'll probably see better on if you have a curve. See, that's probably the better curve out of the two, but you can see the C-Class did struggle slightly because they do have a bit, they do end up tightening up a bit too much because the frames catch onto the wheels. But other than that, these coaches run perfectly fine. So yes, other than that they won't ever go around first radius curves, and they are rather pricey, these are very nice coaches. Another problem is, however, you can't get them singly. You can never get them in a free set. And unfortunately they only do these 60-foot coaches. Which is a bit unfortunate because it would have been nice to have some of the shorter ones, because from what I remember, out of all the examples of birdcage stocks, birdcage coaches which are still in preserved, they are the 48-foot variety, which are still mostly preserved. I think there's at least one or two 60-foot ones still about, but yeah. Oh well. Still, it's a very nice set of coaches. Just trying to remember how much they were. They are, like I said, for how much they are, even at the lower price of £127 for a set of 3, they are more costly than usual Mark 1s. As these are only about, say, 35 each. Let's say 35. It's probably a little bit more. Oh well. But they are absolutely gorgeously looking, and I was very tempted to pick up a southern green one. However, I did hold off and not get them because I've got too many coaches. But very nicely done, and they look very fitting, connected to a SECR logo like the C-Class here, or my more favourite one, which is the SECR N-Class, but I decided to get the C-Class out today. It's also a lot more easy to put on the track. So yes, do a close up of it. There's a better, nice side view of them. Hopefully they bring out more SECR stuff, or pre-grouping stuff in general. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all again next time. And don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like the video if you really want to. If not, well, hope to see you again next time anyway. Take care now, and we'll see the C-Class go off in around the corner. Take care.